Do you hate posting LinkedIn content and seeing no results? Well, every business owner I've talked to feels the same way. The problem is if your LinkedIn content is not reaching your target audience, you are missing out on inbound leads, and all your time spent on LinkedIn goes to waste. So what if there was a simpler way to grow your LinkedIn following, bring in leads, and build authority without creating new content all the time? In this video, I'll show you how to do just that while posting boring content. But first, let me show you how some companies are doing this very successfully. Well, these are some examples of very successful advertising campaigns. You see them on LinkedIn, you see them in your email inbox, on YouTube, and almost every single time you're browsing through the web. And what do they all have in common? That's right, they are very repetitive, which sounds like a bad thing. But if repetition didn't work, do you think these companies would invest millions and millions of dollars in showing the exact same content to the same audience over and over? Absolutely not. The reality is that people need to see the same message multiple times before it truly sinks in. And on LinkedIn, it's not different. Your posts need to consistently show up for your target audience if you want to turn them into buyers. The problem is most business owners don't know how to leverage LinkedIn effectively with consistent, simple posts that drive results. Instead, they keep reinventing the wheel and testing every single strategy they find on the feed. So I'm about to show you the 3 key elements to build you a very lazy strategy that will grow your LinkedIn following and attract your ideal buyers. So this is Justin Welsh with 650,000 LinkedIn followers. He runs a multi-million-dollar company by himself. And he took his businesses to these revenue numbers with a repeatable LinkedIn format. Just take a look at these 3 posts published in the space of 5 days by Justin Welsh. These 3 posts are all about solopreneurship and building your own solo business. The content is different, but the topic is the exact same. Now, you might wonder, won't people get bored? The truth is that it's far more effective to stick to a core topic rather than to scatter your focus and never attract one single ideal buyer. But how do you turn one simple topic into dozens of ideas that keep you top of mind, build trust, and still make you look smart? This is the exact framework I use to brainstorm repeatable content ideas for my audience while keep me on topic. All you have to do is to find different ways to talk about the same things. And to do that, you'd basically need a combination of how-to posts, contrarian takes, data-driven insights, experiences you've been through, stories that you have to tell, features from your product, your strong point of view, failures and wins, and finally, case studies and things that come from your clients. Now you just have to rotate through these angles while reinforcing the main topic in a fresh way every single time. This approach will help you build trust and authority while keeping your audience engaged and helping them see the value that you provide. But even if you are sticking to a core topic, there's one crucial piece you cannot ignore: showing why you are the best choice for your buyers. So let me show you exactly how to do that. Think back to all the content angles we've just generated, the how-to, experiences, data, stories, and so on. Now combine these angles with what makes your product or service unique. Let's say your video editing SaaS tool is rock solid and never crashes unlike most others. That's a differentiator right there, but claiming it is not enough. You need to bring your differentiator into life with your content. So let me show you how. You can create a how-to post with your video editing software never crashing. You can feature a story from a customer who saved hours and hours by switching to your software. And they even said something like, your software is the only one that takes my 50 hours of 4K footage and never breaks. And then you can have another post where you bring in data-driven insights that show the crash rate of other video editing tools. And this will turn your differentiated into something much factual and visual. And to make this even more effective, keep your key differentiators in rotation, meaning use different formats and examples to show your differentiator from different angles. Remember, you want to be repetitive, you want to be boring, but in a way that your audience doesn't notice. On the contrary, they actually think you're honestly creating different pieces all the time. In fact, you're just reinforcing the same things all the time. But we still have one challenge to tackle. How do you make people believe in your differentiator? Well, let me show you how some business owners have mastered this art and have seen the impact in their revenue. If you have worked with recognizable brands, you have case studies, or you have experienced the same transformation that you are offering, these are all gold nuggets for your content. These are all things that make you look credible in the eyes of your buyers. So how do you bring this credibility element to your content without trying too hard? Well, you want to use my WHW framework: who, how, and what. And you are going to use this framework to create statements around these three core elements and reuse them often in your content. The first credibility statement is, who do we help? Essentially here, you want to highlight the key characteristics of your ideal buyers. You want to show your audience you have worked with people just like them, and they will trust that you are the right fit for them because you understand exactly their pain points and goals. The second credibility statement is, how do we help them? And here you want to explain your unique process or approach. You want to detail how you deliver results and how that sets you apart. You really need to show your way of doing things if you want to bring credibility to your product or service. And the third credibility statement is, what results do we help them get? Did your product help them achieve outcomes in a faster, better, or in a unique way? This is where you prove that your differentiator really works with specific and concrete examples. With these who, how, what statements, you will basically have reusable credibility statements that are able to add depth to your content while helping you build trust with minimal effort, because you can reuse these statements in every single post and keep rotating them. And so if you're able to stick to a core topic, own your differentiator, and build credibility, you are basically creating a powerful, repeatable system that delivers results on LinkedIn every single time. So you now know how to spend way less time on LinkedIn and get more effective results just by being a little bit boring. But there's one more piece you cannot miss if you want your content to get noticed: understanding the LinkedIn algorithm. So watch this video next, where I'll break down the latest algorithm changes and how you can actually use them and get advantage of them to get more impressions, grow your following, and of course, keep growing your business. So click here to watch it now.